Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Today I kind of want to talk about the weird side of YouTube that I'm seeing lately. I don't know if this is going to be a short video. I'm not going to have like talking points because I kind of just wanted to talk about like straight from my thoughts on the subject. It's kind of like a weird relationship dynamic with I see from mental health YouTubers and like these like real talk like venting, like life rant videos. And like some of them are positive, but I see a select few, not few, but a lot actually, that are just really negative. Their YouTube channels are, they list out a bunch of videos, and I feel like the algorithm is favoring, those more extreme emotion videos, like I hate life or like this is my final moment type thing. It's like, it's so, I get it as like a sense of feeling like you're relating to someone in the deepest of darkest times, and also feeling like someone out there is feeling really high emotions just like you, and that's a positive. That's a great thing. I think that's great. But I see they upload that video, and that's fine because it's like it should be something that they're venting occasionally. Like a really hard. They're going through a rough time, whatever. And then I see like a week, just like videos of like really harsh things like I hate life, or this is why this generation said life is not for me. It's like, what is this? What's going on here, guys? Like, am I the only one that's like seeing this? I don't know. I've posted like kind of negative tone videos before, and I realized that like it should be a mixture of like positive advice and negative, because then it gets, if someone, for example, were to subscribe to me, they would be surrounded with a more positive environment, not just this negative, huge negative overtone of like just being so harsh and kind of shaping your perspective. I talked in my previous video about how people feel a sense of identity towards being in a struggle, being in a sense of trauma, or in a bad place. And I feel like these YouTube videos are kind of doing that, emulating that. It's like they're only getting views when they talk about really negative tones of mental health. And so what it's doing is that it's not only is it telling them that, hey, my bad parts are my identity and what's giving me views on YouTube, but it's also giving these other people that are going through a rough time, like, yes, this is okay. This is okay to think this. And I have nothing wrong with like them thinking that it's okay to think like that, in terms of like, because you're going through a rough path, and you shouldn't hold on to this thought. The problem what I see is these YouTube channels are kind of like actually molding this perspective, and the cement is thickening. It's drying, and it's forming this it's hardening the cement more and more. But that you talk about these negative concepts, and I'm worried, like, is this actually positive? Is this productive? Is this, I feel like it's not really mental health oriented. It's more like a venting channel. It's their way of therapy, but I feel like it's kind of negative because they keep pushing out negative news over and over and over, and it doesn't really bring a positive space for YouTube, I feel like. And like I said, it's great for like people that come across the video and they click on it once kind of thing. But these guys have subscribers. They have recurring viewership. I don't know. It's scary. It's like they're molding the perspective. I feel like in my perspective, and why I'm kind of doing this slow growth thing, and why I'm not putting the thumbnails so flashy and colorful, and doing videos that are kind of like, click me, please watch me. I like the idea of this slow growth. The way my channel has been growing pretty slowly is because they get to know who I am, and they get to know, get surrounded with a more positive environment, something that you can choose, to kind of come back into. I don't want someone to look at my video and be like, oh, because I'm feeling emotionally bad right now, I'm going to click on this video. It's more like, should I get this advice? You're like, oh, that's kind of interesting, I should click on this video kind of thing. When I feel like with these YouTube channels that are like, this is why Gen Z is horrible, or this is why I hate Gen Z. It's like these words, they use such harsh words that it kind of attracts the people that want that harshness again, and they'll click on the video again, and they get even harsh and harsh, and they crave even more harsher videos. And what YouTube is doing, probably what I'm expecting, is that if, you know, they see people that clicking on these really harsh mental health videos, they will suggest other videos that are just as harsh, like from other channels, and like feed into this mentality. Yeah, this life is kind of bad. Like, this is why life is horrible, kind of thing. It's like, no, it shouldn't be doing that. It's like, you know, because YouTube is, of course, like feeding you content that you want, kind of thing. And so what my job is, I'm trying to do, is that I'm trying to feed that positive content. You know, here and there I can have a little life rant, kind of like, you know, is this, you know, should I feel like this kind of moment, so I can get advice and stuff, because I'm human as well. You know, not everything's perfect. But what I'm worried and what I'm seeing is that they just keep feeding this negative over and over and over, and I don't know, I see it a lot, and I want to know what your thoughts on it as well, and if you can relate, because when I was going through a rough time, I remember I watched like one YouTube video that like actually like made me feel like, oh, I don't, you know, I'm not alone, and this guy's actually going through it as well. But then I saw another YouTube video of like why life, I feel like it's horrible, life rant. Then I saw another one, then I saw another one, and it's like, I don't really want to watch this anymore. I just see this guy crying. I see these people crying, and, you know, basically telling me their life story, and these horrible details about how they're going through these. They feel like life is ridiculous and pointless, and it's like, I don't think I need this right now, you know? Maybe once, to kind of just feel like I'm not alone, but not over and over and over. But to end it off on a strong note, my goal is to, you know, awareness is great, right? There's nothing wrong with awareness on a subject, but growth is better. I believe growth is better because you're moving on towards something positive, something that you need in life, something that you need to move forward, kind of climb the stairs, kind of thing, right? Growth is not linear. You know, I'm not saying it's not all positive, but focusing on growth rather than awareness a little bit more, kind of, you know, you can share the attention, I believe is a more positive impact, and more, it's more needed in YouTube, I feel like. But yeah, if you agree, you know, I would love to hear your thoughts on the video. I would love to, you know, every like, share, comment, subscribe, that kind of thing. If I get to 1K subs by the end of 2025, I'll do a giveaway, you know, to help out everyone, and, you know, show my support, kind of thing, as well, since you showed the support. But I appreciate it. Thank you so much for, you know, supporting me on this great mission that I think of positivity. But I'll see you in the next one. Take care.